What's up, guys? Tommy up here. Going to be doing a review today of the Proteus E-Hookah by Aspire. Um, Basically, what this is it's a vape tank to go on top of your hookah, as opposed to using tobacco or anything else that you would put on top of your hookah. So it's just going to replace a bowl. Basically, what it has, you have your coil part, which is up here. This does separate. You put your juice in here. It's a really big tank. It holds like 10 milliliters of juice, which is a ton. On bottom here, both of these little screw guys are covering up the batteries. It takes the total of two of the your regular vape batteries, the 1560 or whatever the fuck they are. And then right here is just a grommet that you put it through. There's no on or off on it. It only is activated when air is traveling through it, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. There's also no controls for it. It just kind of is what it is. It's a 2.5 resistance coil that's in here, and I have absolutely no idea as far as what watt or temperature that the thing operates at, and that's one of the things that personally I think is a knock on the product, but maybe not, and I'll get to that in a second. So to show you some more just basically how it works, you pull on the hookah, and it runs. That's basically it. The flavor that I have in here is like a milky cereal flavor. I can't remember exactly what it is. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you put in there is going to vape how it vapes. There is a spot right here. I'm not sure if we can see it, that you can plug it in so you can charge it. You can't vape it while you have it plugged in. It won't operate while it's plugged in. But you can charge it right in the device. So if you don't have any other vape products, you don't need to go out and buy any extra stuff to charge it. It comes with everything you need. It's like $50, I believe. I got it for almost free, and that's really the only reason that I have it. The guy that owns the vape shop that sold it to me. It's the vape shop that I go to for all my vape stuff, and he was selling them, and he stopped selling them, and he just gave me the one that they had that was like their sample one. It comes in a cool little box, which is this box, and opens up. It's packaged in there with a little card with instructions, but like I said, it's a really simple product. Which, if you're not a vapor, is actually really nice. Now, I'm an avid hookah smoker. I also vape, and really, for me, one of the knocks on this product is that it doesn't have any control. So you can't turn up the wattage, you can't turn down the wattage, you can't operate in any other kind of mode, which I don't know that you would want to with a coil like this anyway. I don't really do that. I just stay in watt mode for mine. But I would like to be able to turn it up to see if I could get more intense flavor or bigger clouds and play with it, but you can't. That being said, from a hookah smoker only perspective, that actually might be a benefit to this thing, because you really don't have to know anything about vaping. It's $50, which is, if you were to get a regular vape setup, you're most likely going to spend more than that for something that's of decent quality. The flavor when smoking it through the hookah, especially a bigger hookah like this, I'm smoking it out of the Zara Spade. I have smoked it out of my smaller hookahs as well. And especially through the bigger hookah, you definitely lose some flavor smoking it out of the hookah compared to just vaping. But that being said, I'm comparing it to my regular vape setup, and this thing, I don't know what wattage it operates at. There is still some flavor. It isn't like it's completely flavorless, and as you can see, there's still some cloud output. The reason why I thought it was worth to get it and have it really is for if I had people over that aren't smokers, aren't hookah smokers, and are either, number one, going to have an issue with having a buzz and all that, or two, just are anti smoking, don't want to, don't want to have any tobacco. This to me is a much better option than the steam stones and some of the other herbal stuff that I try. But if you are an avid hookah smoker, this isn't going to replace hookah for you, in my opinion. I don't find myself using it all the time. I've used it a handful of times, and I've had it about a year. If you're really into vape, it's really not the same thing as just having a vape. It's really not. It's a much less intense as far as for the flavors that you get. The intensity of the flavor is just not there. And like I said, I mean, for me, part of hookah is, part of the fun of hookah and smoking it is learning how to do it properly. And for this, I mean, it's not even vaping properly. Like, you just stick it on there and it just kind of does its thing. Uh, that being said, if you're having a party and you're having people over, this is a really easy thing to do. So, like, you have a couple pipes, you have fancy pipes and all that stuff. People want to check it out. You can stick it on there. You don't have to worry about anybody burning up your furniture or burning down your house. And you don't have to worry about anybody getting sick because of the nicotine or anything like that. Another thing that it's nice for is with the social aspect of, hookah smoking. It's not a terrible thing to have, like, if, to take to a family barbecue or something like that. It's not smoke. You don't have to worry about trying to light coals and all that kind of stuff. And you can set it up and hang out with your cousins and smoke it and, have a nice time and have a few laughs. But that's really about it. Like I said, I don't ever really find myself saying, "Oh, let me set this up at home." If I don't feel like setting up a hookah bowl, I'm just going to use my handheld vape, which is a better setup than what this is. If I feel like smoking and setting up a hookah, I'm going to set up a hookah. So that's really my whole take on it as far as from a hookah smoker's perspective. It's not a terrible product, and I can't say that it's like, oh, it's bad or it's not for anybody. But you kind of have to, when you're getting it, have a reason to buy it. Like, if someone was to come to me personally and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting the Aspire, e-hookah," my first question would be like, why? And not in a negative way, but like, to me, like, if you're a hookah smoker, you're gonna want to smoke hookah. This isn't smoking hookah. If you're really into vaping, this isn't vaping. It's kind of a mix between the two, but it kind of falls short in both categories to me. That being said, if you don't know anything about vaping and you want to get, an option that's going to be, tobacco free or nicotine free, you can get nicotine free e-juice. This is not a terrible route to go with that. And if you're having people over, that kind of stuff, it's great for that. If you're in a place that's a tobacco free environment or whatever, I'm guessing you could set this up and not be in trouble for it. And you can still blow clouds and do tricks and all that stuff. So that's pretty much my whole review on the product. I mean, I'm glad I have it, but like I said, I've only used it a few times. I can't say it's something that is a must-have really for anybody. It's a cool thing, and it's inexpensive. It's like $50, and then you have it. So if you are a vapor who also smokes hookah, or if you're just a hookah smoker and you want to check it out, it's not a waste of money. But I think it's really for a specific set of people. It's definitely a niche market. So that's my whole take on it, guys. Like the videos on YouTube. Go on and subscribe to my page if you want, or don't. It doesn't matter. I don't make any money off of this shit, so what the fuck is the point? All right, I'll catch you guys later.